Hello everyone, hope all is fine. My name is Mary Hicks and today I'm presenting you this slideshow of the science of reading. My name is Mary Hicks and I will be talking about the science of reading. The science of reading consists of four theoretical models: the simple view of reading, Scriber's reading rote, the four-part mental processor, and Erie phases of word level of reading. What is the science of reading? The science of reading is the right to read act that consists of evidence-based practice that teaches a student how to read. And it's the law is passed where all grade level teachers must have the Science of Reading Act by the year 2021 and 2022. And all teachers must demonstrate an awareness in addition to the Act 1063 Act 416 of 2017 requires education preparation programs to teach scientific reading instructions. Theoretical models. Theoretical models consist of four parts. The simple view of reading was developed by Philip Garg and William Toomer in 1986. The four-part processor was developed by Merlin Adams, and the Scriber rote was developed by Hollis Scriber, and Erie's phases of word level was developed by Lenny Erie. Now, the simple view of model. Simple view of reading. It was helped to develop to help students develop word recognition and language comprehension skill. And some of the key points is like decoding, phonological awareness, phonemic awareness, and phonics, language comprehension, vocabulary, fluency. Fluency is the bridge between decoding and word and understanding what has been read in the model. Next, you have your four-part processes. Skilled readers will begin at the end of the model, and poor readers will not be able to break the written code. Now, when oral language is occurring, the phonological meaning and context processes are working together. Like when reading is happening, the orthographic processor gets involved to interpret the print. They have to remember what they see. And the model helps us understand what goes into the simple task of reading words on a page, the various reasons why reading growth might be limited. Next, we have Scriber's rote. Phonological and phonics are two important strands that we use daily. Word recognition, figuring out what word a printed letter string represents, could be achieved by learning to decode and using those decoding skills or memorizing common regular irregular words, like knowing by sight words. And the language comprehension, the reading, word reading, this image emphasizes how intertwined those elements become as individuals learn to read. And you have Erie's phases of word level reading. When reading to young students, it is important to teach the letters in a word, because if the students cannot read unless they know their alphabets and their sounds. It's very important that they learn it. Very important. And it consists of the pre-alphabetical phase, partial alphabetical phase, full alphabetic phase, and consolidated alphabetical phase. Now, in the pre-alphabetical phase, that's the first phase of reading. Children read environmental print, recognize their favorite fast food restaurants such as Wendy's, McDonald's, Sonic, and they recognize their favorite stores such as Walmart or Target. and they appear to read when they have memorized a book often read to them and use pictures to help them tell the story. Now, for the partial alphabetical phrase, you have, some letters, including the letter in which their name begins with, like Mary is my name, so I remember that M is for Mary, and then I know some sounds and guess at the words and use it. Now, as far as the full alphabetical phrase, they know the letters of the alphabet and the sounds of letters, like word regular phonetic pattern can be decoded. And as far as the consolidated alphabetical phrase, read with more automaticity and increased comprehension. Word patterns, syllables, and other units are being remembered in this phase. Now, the key point is if we want to reduce the number of students who struggle with reading, we must provide beginner readers with intensive phonemic awareness training to read advanced level sentences, magnet, explicit instruction, and phonics, the opportunity to read context. Phonological awareness. That is a good topic to talk about. Phonological awareness. Now, first, the phonological awareness is the ability to hear and manipulate sound structures within the words, and is a vital set of skills that allows us to learn how to talk and read. Now, what is phonological awareness, and why is it important? Phonological awareness skills are the basis for reading. Without these important skills, potential readers' difficulties may arise in early years. And phonological skills include rhyme, alliteration, sound and word discrimination, syllabification, onset, and rhyme. That's what it consists of. And why is it so important? Phonological awareness is a vital set of skills that allow us to learn how to read. Now, phonics. What and why phonics is the study. Phonics is the study of the relationship between letters and the sounds they represent. That's what phonics is. And its instruction teaches children how to decode the letters. Now, phonics is used to describe code emphasis or phonics approaches to reading the instruction. Phonics, it has code emphasis of phonics or approaches organized to begin reading lessons around sound symbols and correspondence and teaching students how to use the sound symbol associated and association. The phonic component is a piece of an entire program, not the whole program of the institution. Now, we're moving on to fluency. Fluency is the ability to speak easily and smoothly. Like when you read exactly how you talk. You do not read robotic. That is not fluency. And vocabulary is linked to higher levels of phonemic awareness and decoding ability in reading and greater proficiency in passage and reading comprehension. Now, the words being talked about now may not be decodable for all students. The term vocabulary is not being used for words or a child that can decode or recognize in print. That's not what that is. So, fluency, it plays a very important part, and all students must learn that. Vocabulary. Vocabulary is defined as the words that one understands. Explicit, systematic, cumulative teaching of feeling, graphing, or correspondence. And meaning-based, I'm sorry. I gotta hear to myself. Vocabulary. It must be taught. Now, code emphasis versus meaning emphasis. Code emphasis focuses on the word level reading, and meaning emphasis focusing on the reading comprehension. Now, explicit, semantic, cumulative teaching of phonemic. Children directed to pay attention to the sense of sentence before guessing at the word, and context is the first word of the letter. And explicitly and systematics teaching students sound starting in kindergarten. That's where they start teaching. Orthographic. Orthographic method is a process of that readers use to store reading words for instant and effort. It's basically just what they're seeing. And orthographic is a process by which children use pronunciation, meaning, and speech patterns to turn unfamiliar words into instantly accessible sight words. And it means by which readers turn unfamiliar words into familiar words, intellectualizing the words. Now, in conclusion, discussed in the four theoretical models, we have phonological awareness, phonics, fluency, vocabulary code, emphasis, meaning, emphasis, and orthographic. And here's my references, and thank you. Have a great day.